Message of the collective leadership NSCN on the occasions of commemorating the 12th anniversary of late Mr. Khodao Yanthan, Vice Chairman NSCN, on the 1st March 2022. The collective leadership of the NSCN GPRN fondly remember comrades late Khodao Yanthan, the Vice Chairman NSCN GPRN, as a man who gave his everything for the liberations of the Naga freedom under forcible occupations of Indian armed forces. He showed us the way that the Naga freedom has been ringing through liberation movement from the hand of the occupational forces. He showed us the way that the freedom struggle is something that involves blood, sweat and tears. Therefore, he left behind a legacy of sacrifice, commitment and dedication. The Nagas are pleased to have a leader like comrades led Khodao Yanthan, who gave up the blood of comfort and pleasure of family life at home and beyond the forefront of a massive Naga liberation movement. It was his never surrendered spirit of leadership that gave the Naga hope and inspiration, which has brought us this far today. Today, on the 12th anniversary of comrades led Khodao Yanthan, we salute and honor him for being one of the brave-hearted leaders of the Naga political struggle. We should stay the course and follow his footprint till the last man standing. Nani, signed by Kyotobu, the president. O King, 1st March 2022, message to the Honorable of the Gilonsar GPRN on the occasion of the 12th anniversary of late Khodao Yanthan, former Vice President GPRN. On this day, 12 years ago, my comrades led Mr. Khodao Yanthan left us for eternal home. I still fondly miss his presence. The fact that we still fondly miss him even today stands as the classic example that a personality as such, possessing all from the characteristic to quality of person as a true statement is truly rare. A well-built man, equipped with a great wisdom and a courage stood as the backbone of the NSCN. I won't be able to do justice if I have to declare all of his achievements in the limited space. My dear countrymen, it is time we celebrate the legacy of Mr. Khodao Yanthan. To celebrate, I mean to putting the teaching and ideology that he has left us in practice. He was a man who longed to see an independent Naga nation, just like all of us. One of his architects is shipping in the nation. He fought for the right of every Naga till his last breath. We cannot let him sacrifice for him. Today, our adversaries are attacking us from every corner by dividing us. This is something my dear friend would not allow us to scramble if he was alive. Taking this opportunity, I would like to urge every Naga that we all come together and stand our ground from every force, physically and philosophically, that all the adversaries are using to break us. As we inch closer to witness the new town of the Naga nation, let us all in unseen given one strong push and have our God given right the identity achieved. And as we achieve, our late leader, my friend Mr. Khodao Yanthan, will rejoice with us in heaven. I once again rendered my condolence to the family and many friends of late Mr. Khodao Yanthan. Until we meet again, my friends, acknowledge, sign my teaching. Motodowa, Cheng Edena, Edekamse,
Etek esancho mutsu. Hungrina kawe ngadaga. Dolia itzi na toguma ie tuva tujubenje toguna itzi na kawe ngadaga. Initially conveying a warm shalom on behalf of the House and His Excellency, the most respected officers of Government People Republic of that inked in the history of Naga freedom struggle and died as a patriot. His life biography of late Khodao Yanthan, ex-Vice President NSCN IM. A brief biography of late Khodao Yanthan, a Naga patriot, the 10th Vice President of NSCN GPRN. Khodao Yanthan was a Naga liberation leader and a member of the Naga National Council (NNC). He was popularly called the Grand Old Man of Naga political struggle. Born on 25th August 1923 at his native village, Lakhuti village, Wokha district. He was the son of Khodao Yanthan and Khodao Yanthan, and the second eldest among the 5 siblings. Khodao Yanthan, the last chief of the Kyong tribe and a descendant of Wokha clans, was his grandfather. In 1932, at the age of 8, he was admitted at the government primary school, Lakhuti village. In 1937, he was admitted in class 2 at Middle English School in Wangkosun Baptist Mission Compound, Wokha district. In 1942, he joined the 10,000 Naga labor corps as a quartermaster with the light force to combat the advancing Japanese forces. In 1943, he joined Mission High School in Jorahat, Assam. In 1944, he led the 14th Division of British Army from Marani via Marache, that is Merabani Wokha Road, and encountered the advancing Japanese forces at Wokha and Sumanyo. At 1945, he was elected as the president of Lotha Student Union, LSU. After the World War II, he resumed his studies and matriculated in 1948. For his active participation in the World War II, he received 3 gallantry awards: 1, the Burma Star Medal; 2, the Southeast Pacific Force Medal; and 3, the King George V Medal in Second World War. During 1945 to 50, he studied Intermediate of Arts IA at Sirambur Christian College in Calcutta, which is now Kolkata, and later served as an assistant teacher at Government High School, GHS in Wokha. In 1951, he was elected as the president of Lotha Tribal Council, LDC, and also a member of Central Executive Body of NNC. On 16 May 1951, he gave his stamp impression with his own blood during Naga plebiscite conducted by the NNC to uphold Naga sovereignty for self-determination. He was imprisoned in Kohima, Golaghat, Jorahat, Dhaka, and Komelia for his active service for Naga freedom movement. He served as an Ankh and Atuk Kilonser in the federal government of Nagaland, FGN. In 1956, he went to East Pakistan, Bangladesh, and then stayed in Burma, Myanmar for 4 years to provocate into Naga political issue. On 10 September 1962, he landed in London, England, seeking for international support on Naga national cause. Later, he returned to Naga to reform deteriorating Naga political scenario. He was elected the 5th president of NNC in Mugukchung at Naga General Meeting on November 1989. He condemned the Shillong Accord of 1975 and termed it as an act of traitor. Khodao convened with Isaac Su and T.H. Moiva, the leaders of the NSCN GPRN. In 1994, he joined the NSCN IM and was elected as the vice president of the NSCN IM on April 10, 1996. He continued as the vice president of NSCN GPRN until his death. Khodao Yanthan, the patriot of Naga, breathed his last breath on the 1st of March 2010 at his native village, which is on this day. Khodao wanted his life to be better for the Naga people. He did not want them to be subjected by anyone, least of all by the nations of India. Unlike other nationalists, he was contrarian. He lived and fought for the Naga national cause as a wounded tiger. From the house, it is like Yarrow unvisited to us. Amutze, who lay down before us, he died as a noble hero and one amongst the patriot who gives the organization its vision and its ability to translate the vision into reality. He is a real hero who has integrity and stewardship with democratic and theocratic in his leadership, who submitted himself to a higher purpose for the Nagas nation cause, which is beyond his personal interest or interest of the people. He sacrificed his love relentlessly out of service for the people with sincerity, high ideals, humanity, vision, and faith, without interest in more than making a profit to survive, and left a great legacy, and he served the voices instead of voices serving him. He had a genuine love for his country generation, and gives every of him and left nothing. Least left a small note that will change the people ideology once and for all. That a real and a true leader who don't even have a roof over his head before and after to let his subject live peacefully in future. Salute Amutze. Amutze, the unsung patriot, died with unsung melody, which enable us to see things beyond vision. Uknalim.
Ana national worker loi otwe dance. Ana ha army lona PT lona bengai inu cabinet lona nangban. Ana ha andam karulia mbotsori yolomcha. Gamana Naga army lo padalen inilo vanaro gocho hebdo padalen to na esi padalen to tuma government na chungalo jo amodje nimodi thakan dukle to order you to one ana manipuri vancho gala tina yuda piali ki ban to na ana tangani sin to 2000 tama en bridge to begin to chada blu sana chada so tama just jina silojo hiesa mboso kana anamba alon dia to di morba mulia pasailia ede mbolike city apol twa ede lotha o legacy jangje apol soda ede to bune de liki babanda hiloji seeking je mbo ekam mo bana tungde me luka to le mbochi silodia hiesa
hiloji nyense ja atibungi pholan thonto jero chungwa singde ba de sa ndo selodana 저거 맞잖아 로죠 나가만은 군군다서나 오청나 세나죠 거로 니지도 저도 그거죠 음로 고려로 대자를 넘어나 헬겁더 노로 니지스 올비니스 세요도 발들어라 아직은 주모 무슨들 아도 하지 않는 어쨌든 어떤 진순들 하나 막 그렇게 에라질로자 뭐 에라도나 뭐라 신들 홍창 뭐든 제기 에라도가 여러분은 다니 오가는 다니 막 뭐건 신지기가 no 뭐나 뭐 약간 오저러져 한 주고 무반자 한 주고는 나가 풍만도 뭐 오저러져 하는 거 뭐부터 또드나 좀 되게 나가 그렇네 무슨 뭐 스타일도 이상한 거죠 에잡다 이제 지금 남 홈즈다 사가나 그러지 무슨 부담스 한데 내가 뭔데 세대 한다서 해도 누워들고 소장 안 가던 재미있기 이래저 음사서 하나 비가 친구야 좀 좀 진짜 돈펜 들어가고 그렇게 막 되는 거 비어란 난 되는 거들 나도 근데 주석 ran 피란 난다로 랑 피란 난다로 이다 좀 하시라 저랑 이제 근데 약 이렇다가 그냥 나가 본 그러는데 그걸 orang kamdala juso kamdala to bu christian ding ma nagaland for christ nagas for all da kilo in Lakhuti resolution ma kizo na shwa ma bas Khodao ro bo ni era moi to pojang bo nya yagra che ba ni bra mona pizo ding asus jo wa ding pizo ni kiran ne ya sini pa chilun ko da zum ga ta na zo ni e de ni are mo ato ma 그래서 뭐니 또 보장도 어서 에라는도 에라 보장도 이거라 쳐봐 중이거라 쳐봐 좀 들어 저나 아주 또 보나 뭐나 그도 퇴 에바이서는 하지 세이다 어서 스징 뭐라 소대 에바이서구나 이래가 라쿠디 GPRN NSCN GPRN 고하면나 라쿠디 최저로 킬로세라 탐배비다 가서는도 오양떠는 킬로세라 탐반난도 마 오양모전 하고 저 되리가 어서 킬로신 issue based yawa murtukona oyi bomber vinjana prime minister na orutsara Nagaland election inche san solution bioshu chancellor do pesaka ma no engaji no sudawo ga sudan kuma anan 중앙 먼저 지금서 다 오잖아나 산초다 이거 뭐 저거는 몸을 쳐다 저거는 아주 더브나 보도들이 유소들이 라는다 되니까 근데 without mercy of God 어디나 이거는 인간이야. 그걸 우리가 용정전은 오랑도 감다 있을까다. 아노야 엘리시 양보야 코자나라 왜 못한데도 이 처음에 되면 되더라. 어벽다로 대구독 들었더니 어서 라군지 권단등한 소사. 어벽다로 그나라서 저사도 그들은 용정전 이저도 밖에서 가도 그만 저거나 대도리고 에데노 에데 산도 유서를 에데 너무 많구만 어떻게 애들은 홍래든 동안 넣으러다 아나 일리도 아 대충 뭔지 모르고 저거를 이도 하고 일리부터 소서서나 이도 하고는 좀 계획이다 그래서 내가 로타리는 하고 TVR은 내가 진짜 아무도 맞지 못하는 나도 기지다게 orang 다들 저 캔도 다니가 너는 너가 orang 다들 좀가 너는 무무투 주제는 그래서 인접다가 넘지잖아 완다해도 집에는 있는데 어서 야만 한데 뭐가 내가 지금 해도 저도 싫어서 저도 하나 해도 더워라 당신 내가 와서 나는 50 60제 에서부터 저번에 나를 에서부터 그만 두거나 해도려드리고 저제도 거두거나 NSCN GPRN 너 사연철 조사나 호재 발내 에비트 거두거나 그래서 에비유도가 왜 당한가 막 애들하나 보노가 애들 더구나 애들 비즈서 되니 먼저 우리 애장도 그래 애네서 봐 나가는 자리에서 봐 야모지 우리 애장도 그래도 애들은 또 설러잖아 종 애목다 치다가 나가거나 락배나 치다가 그래서 종 나가지고나 컴퓨터로 좀만 오르당라 오르당 누구 찬스 컴퓨터 조사도 사람도 들이 야와나 맞도구나 우리 애들 더구나 자라이 타고 좀 봤더니도 점제가 나가고 나서가 그래서 저기가 반다리고 그래서 모두 등에 난다리 들으들 이도 뭉치가 더지 이렇게 못
Someday when I travel my last mile here, the call will be coming for me. I'll enter the lifeboat that will be near to carry me over the sea. He holds to my hand, as over death's river I go. The safe I shall be, safe calls